Hello and welcome. I'm E.L. Crane with Open Title.
I'm Gaby Posas with Open Title.
All right, this is Open with Open Title, where it's our weekly podcast, and we're talking about reasons why you should open with Open Title.
Yes.
One of the reasons that you should open with Open Title is because of Gaby Posas. All right.
And E.L. Crane.
Yeah, it's because magnificent is how I describe her. Okay.
You're so nice.
Because she goes to extra yard. Like, we're working on some projects right now. She has to reel me in. Okay. That's not a good date. That's a conflicting date. But everybody needs somebody like that in their space when it comes to work, right? Because sometimes you're out there fishing with no bait.
Somebody needs also everyone needs someone that keeps their mind,
Yes, exactly.
active.
Exactly. And so that's the thing that we're doing with Open Title. And so I'm going to start talking about, we had our team call this morning.
You need to show that to the camera.
Yeah.
Does all your shirts are embroidered with your initials?
Half of them.
Okay, show it to the please do something like that. I don't think you can see it. This man is so bougie. He has ELC embroidered on the sleeves and the cuffs.
Well, I have ELC in some of my suits as well.
I'm going to grab a Sharpie and do like GP. You're so bougie.
It's my father's fault. It's the original EL's fault.
Blame it on someone else.
That's right. It's the original EL's
okay,
fault.
so you were going to... Sorry. I love how we always go like...
Yeah. So we had our monthly team call this morning. And we were going over numbers. And November was tough.
Yes.
November was tough for everybody in the marketplace, truly. But my takeaway was this. What's going to happen going forward? Okay? And the reason I say what's going to happen going forward is the things that we do to supplement the efforts of our agents, our lenders, our builders. And that'll take me to a conversation I had with an upcoming client of ours. It's a bank client. And this bank client, I was sitting down and I was going through the Open Title way of doing things. And all these things, how we do it, are based upon the needs of the individual. The needs of the individual. So when you look at the needs of the individual, I look at, we didn't have a bad month in November. We had a learning month in November so that we can be better positioned when it comes to 2026 so people can understand the value of opening with Open Title is, right? Yes. Like tomorrow we have a luxury showcase in Hempstead, all right?
Yes.
Now, our agent partner on this here, this is new to her, all right? So because it's new to her, she took a little while to grasp what we're trying to accomplish on her behalf, okay? But at the end of the day, the presentation is what's going to separate her event from an open house, for want of a better description.
Can I share a little bit of what we're having tomorrow?
Absolutely.
Well, obviously we're having food and drinks, really nice food. We're having a bus.
Yes.
Bringing agents from the training center all the way to the event because it's in Hempstead. For some people, it's kind of far. We're having exotic cars displayed in the garage. We're having performance horses there. Horses, yes. We're having a DJ. We're having luxury vendors. I mean, it's going to be great. I can't wait.
And this is 4.7?
No, that's in January.
That's January.
No, this is almost $2 million.
Okay, it's $2 million. Okay. Well, yeah, $2 million, $4 million. What's the big deal? It's
pocket change.
Where's your checkbook at?
Pocket change.
So as we do these things like this and other things that we have planned, our objective is to triple our transactions at Open Title in 2026.
Yes.
And Gaby and I have some things in place. We're doing some relationship building. We're doing some outreach, which is going to allow some things to progress. Like one of the things, like our producer Brandon, and we have a new producer joining us, Olivia. I don't know this woman from Adam. I don't know where she showed up at. I haven't seen any papers or anything. I don't even know she's legal. Okay, that's the word right now.
I can't confirm that. I won't confirm or deny.
They're with Studio Boss.
This is with Studio Boss. All right,
that's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know. Okay, all right. So, and one of the things that I'm incorporating is that Studio Boss can provide a podcast platform for the lenders that we're outreaching to. And the one I talked to yesterday, he says, "You mean I don't have to build out my own studio?" I said, "No, we got Studio Voss over there.
Yeah.
They can do everything for you in regard to your podcast and stuff like that." He says, "Well, what if some of my team want to have a podcast?" I said, He don't have a problem cashing a check. He don't have a problem.
He has been hanging out with you.
He likes checks. We ride in the same car when it comes to checks.
Correct.
Okay, but think about it. That's like when we was on our call this morning. That's why I asked the question. I'm going to have that fixed number in all those proposals. I'm going to have the podcast in all those proposals on how we can work together to generate more opportunities for those individuals that we work with, those entities that we work with, those enterprises that we work with. Mm-hmm. So that's when you open with Open Title, we're not looking for you to just have a transaction. We're looking to build upon that to have more transactions, as well as with our vendor partners. Like we have Studio Voss, we have Alta Homes, we have Mortgage Solutions Financial, we have NAF Cash. So it's a lot of things that we're doing to facilitate more opportunities for the people that we work with. So when we say open with Open Title, it's not just about one transaction.
No.
Not just about one transaction.
No, it's a partnership. It's a relationship.
It's totally a partnership. Yes. Like I was with, I went and met with our friends George and Vicky yesterday, and George is transitioning and how he wants to do things. So we were talking and we were laughing, and one of the things that came out, he says, as hard as I've tried to find somebody that does the things that you do at Open Title, you can't find it. I said, what do you mean you try to find somebody to do what I do? You trying to
Why would he be doing that?
Yeah, but he was trying to show his people that's why I choose them. Nobody does things in the way they do those things. So they have he said, his words were, there is a protocol and a process that they have. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't deviate, but it does adjust. And one of the things that came out of the conversation yesterday, his daughter Kirby, you'll get a chance to meet Kirby. Kirby is out at Sunterra.
Okay.
And she has a whole community to herself. So we're going to do an event out there with Kirby. Bus tour. We're going to do a videographer. We're going to do photos. We're going to do all those kind of things. And try to get some traffic out there because she has the whole community to herself. So I haven't seen this in a while. The model home park are all her model homes.
Oh, really?
This is one builder, 4 model homes, 4 different houses. So we're going to do this event out there. So it's those kind of things that we're planning for 2026 going forward.
Wow. So also, speaking of 2026, things are going to change a little bit for us and for our clients or our partners. And what I mean about that is we are being more strategic.
Yes.
We are planning our year already.
Yes.
We already have things scheduled in the calendar. And we're going to set up C classes on certain dates, bus tours on certain dates.
Yes.
We're going to have a limited availability for posting parties and luxury showcases, right? Because we are setting specific dates for that. Right. With that being said, and why am I mentioning this is because if you have a listing, if you want for us to host a posting party or a luxury showcase, you should contact us like as soon as you can, because our calendar is it's already getting full.
Because I called her yesterday with my meeting that the bank wants to do 3 to 5 events a month.
A month.
Just that one bank.
Exactly.
Okay. So, and like one of the events, and I'm really excited about this, and we're going to make sure that Studio Voss is a part of it. When we do the event at the Greater Houston Builders Association on January 27th, that's going to be huge.
Yes.
All right. Because it's going to be Meet the Builder, Meet the Banker, Meet Open Title, but it's also going to have the vendors like Studio Voss. It's going to have the home warranty people. It's going to have the promotional item people. All these people are going to be there. Plus, they're going to get introduced to GHBA.
That's awesome.
And so it's like I like the strategic. We're going to be more strategic in 2026 than we were, because we did a lot in 2025, but there was...
Do you feel like, sometimes I feel like we were scrambling to, okay, you go here, I go there, because we were trying to accommodate everything.
That's right.
I always say work smarter, not harder. Right. So we are being more strategic to better serve our clients, right? And also...
And not blowing up my credit card.
That too. Also, since we are already planning the year,
Yeah.
we are going to have some special sponsorship packages for
Yes.
our sponsors, for our lenders, insurance,
Yeah.
inspectors, home warranty, that are, those packages will basically allow them to be strategic with their money, with their time.
That's right.
And we're going to give them the most exposure by being on the listing guide, on posting parties, on bus tours, on CE classes, on the podcast,
RU
show.
all that.
So, yes, I think the word of you know how some people are like, what's your word for this year?
Right.
I think the word for us for 2026 will be strategic.
Strategic. Mine is greed.
We're going to be strategic to feed your greed.
Greed.
Does that work?
That's my word. Yes, we can be strategically greedy.
Okay.
I like that. We get to be strategically
I did
greedy.
I attended this event yesterday. It was a vision board thing.
Oh, ugh.
I always guided the vision boards events. So this was actually the first time that I sat and worked on one. And my words were not strategic or greed, but it was peace and calm and relaxation and things like that. So,
Are you resigning your job? That means you don't want to work
no,
for me anymore.
but let me tell you, by being more strategic and planning ahead and seeing like, hey, Mondays are set for this, Tuesdays are set for this, that's going to allow us also not to be scrambling around.
That's
and
true.
be a little bit
That's
more organized.
Yeah.
And organization brings me peace.
Okay. Yes, I forgot who I was dealing with over here. Yes,
Yes.
organization gives her peace. She likes to know where everything is at,
Yes.
how it's going to be, how it's aligned, so forth and so on. Okay, that makes sense, right?
Also, I'm realizing, because for those of you who don't know, we have a monitor in front of us where we can see ourselves, and I can tell that Thanksgiving did something on me. Like,
Yeah.
I gained a couple of pounds. I see it on my
Whenever
face.
she talks about she gained weight, I just look at her like, you lost your mind. Whatever. Okay.
How was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was awesome,
Yeah.
all right, because I cooked. That's my peace. Cooking is my peace.
Okay.
All right. So I did fried turkey. I did 4-cheese crawfish cornbread. I did my stuffing. I did mustard greens, candy yams, regular cornbread. Yes, I was quite happy.
Wow.
Yeah, me, music, and cooking, that's my piece.
Nice.
Me, that's my piece right there. Had a good time, and my boys are back. So Alexander and Maxwell were back. Maxwell says he's going to come see. Alexander had to go back to Chicago because there's a track meet this Friday and there's no one next Friday. Then he'll be back on the 13th through January. So Maxwell's here now until January the 10th, 9th or 10th or something. But yeah, no, it was a good day.
good.
It was a good day.
Good.
And I was happy about that. But we know what I'm most happy about?
What?
As we lean into preparing for 2026, this year versus last year, people are more open to the assistance necessary to do better in the next year. There was a lot more resistance last year. Oh, I know what I'm doing, da, da, da. But they've had a struggling year, and they've seen people who work with us not struggle as much.
I feel that's really important. Like when people are seeing what other people are
Yes.
achieving because of working with us, they're like, okay, probably I need
That
to
makes
do
sense.
this.
It makes
Yes.
sense. You know, because I look at how many appointments we're gathered from events versus how many appointments we gathered from events last year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, calendars filling up for appointments. Abby, that's our assistant, is setting appointments. And then when I was on my phone call with Abby the day before yesterday, I said, Abby, make sure to tell them to bring whiskey with them.
Oh. And tequila. Well, if you're meeting with EL, bring whiskey. If you're meeting with me, bring tequila. If you're meeting with both of us, take us to lunch, and then we can decide.
We'll pick our own drink.
I'm joking.
I'm not.
Okay.
No, but so now, when we say open with open title,
Yes.
okay. Open with title is based upon leverage, facilitation, growth, creativity on third parties' behalf.
Yes.
Okay, so when I was talking to the banker yesterday, when I dropped on him the podcast, the multimedia show,
Yes.
the magazine, the posting parties, the luxury showcases,
The bus
the C
tours,
classes,
everything
the
that we
bus
do.
tours. He was sitting there, and I've known this man for years. He was completely and totally overwhelmed.
Really?
He was totally overwhelmed. He said, "These are some of the things I've always wanted to do," and something like that. And what? And I said, "We have a plug-and-play system. We have a total plug-and-play system." And then Gaby has come up with a packaging idea to make it even simpler, strategically thinking
Correct.
about on the vendor partners we have. So now we have all these things coming into place that allow us to service our clients better. We have a great new operations manager, Stacy Pradia.
I like her a
yeah,
lot.
Yeah, you see how efficient she is?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I knew
Yes.
you was going to like that. She's very efficient, and she's strategic in her thinking,
Yes.
and she's planning ahead, and she is not a procrastinator.
Not at all.
She's not a procrastinator at all. So we have that. So now, when it comes to a company like ours, the back office, the strength of the back office services those of us who are out in the front.
Correct.
So we have our internal and our external outreach. So we have these things. So we have Stacey, and then we have our team of escrow officers: Susan, Maddie, Debbie, Christina, Julie, Karina. So we have our team of escrow officers
Yes.
who now are building a more confident space because of our new director of operations, Stacey Radia. So these things that we're moving and pushing going forward in 2026 bode well for a great year.
Oh, yes.
A great year. And we're sharing these thoughts and these ideas in a non-complicated way with our clients by putting these packages together.
Correct.
I'm always been a proposal person. I say put it in writing, hold me accountable.
Yes.
Now, Gaby is taking these proposals and she's turning them into individual packages for the various partners that we have. Say, hey, these are three options.
Yes.
You got three options. How tied in do you want to be? How aligned do you want to be? We'll work on the realtors. We'll work on the builders. We'll work on the communities.
Correct.
You just be lined with us. And we're going to give quarter-page ads, half-page ads, full-page ads in our magazine, which has a distribution platform of 50,000 plus.
Yeah. Nationwide.
So we have this whole little dynamic working. So now we are packaging it so they can, pick your package.
Correct. And that's going to help them because some of our partners, some of our lenders and inspectors, some of them have monthly budgets, some of them have their budget for the year, and sometimes they're not, like by the end of the year, they're like, oh, I don't have any money left and things like that. So this is going to allow them to plan ahead, pick and choose what they want to do with us. And we're going to have, as you said, 3 different packages, 3 different levels, and all of them are great. Obviously, the more the merrier, right? But that's going to allow them to plan their calendar, their spending, and their outreach in general.
And the apparatus is set up so now they know where they're going to be at on this day in January and February and March. So there's no scramble, there's no conflict, so they can plan around dates they've already committed to. So they can be more flexible in with their outreach, stuff like that. So when you open with open title, again, and it's redundant and ad nauseum, but at the end of the day, we are always looking for different ways to grow and develop new business.
Correct. Right. One thing also that we are implementing for next year is we're going to have one special event per month.
Yes.
A theme event that it's not going to be very businessy. It's more about the networking and the building relationships. Me personally, I found out that building relationships comes first and business comes after, right? So some of our partners have also realized that. So they want to partner with us and be on those spaces where our agents are having fun, they're creating stuff, they're building relationships that then become friendships, because whenever you trust someone as a person, then you trust them with your business.
There you go. And that came out of Gaby hosted Friendsgiving.
Oh, yes.
All right. And Friendsgiving, people was asking me, yeah, what's the deal with Friendsgiving? You talking to the wrong person, because if it was me, we'd have an empty room in there. I don't want no damn company. But that was me. But Gaby had Friendsgiving,
Yes.
and it turned out to be so. They were all, this room was packed.
Okay, and I have just one complaint about that. People didn't register.
Right.
So, well, some of them registered, right? So I prepared. The good thing is that it was Friendsgiving and it was kind of a potluck.
Right.
We were still providing,
Yeah.
you know, the
The
meat
bait,
and
yes,
tomato,
the-
whatnot, and the drinks. But we set up the room for, you know, the number of people that we were expecting, according to the people that. Okay, so I got my plate, and my plate stayed there the entire time because I was pulling chairs and pulling more chairs and pulling more chairs and pulling more. That room was packed.
And
And
you heard her say she was pulling chairs. I was in the office.
Hiding.
Manual labor, allergic.
anyways, but you know also what I like is we invited our team from Open Title,
Yes, they were there.
our escrow officers. Our COO happened to be
in
in
town.
town, so
Mhm.
he was here too. And it was a really good time.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about business. We didn't talk about. We were just having a
Fun.
good time,
It was
building
music
relationships.
in the background.
Yes.
It was every kind of food. My favorite part was the sushi spread. I was having a ball with the sushi spread.
Yes.
I was there 3 times. But they had everything. You name the food and the sweets and the drinks, they had it, everything.
We had sushi. Someone brought Mediterranean food.
Yep.
We had Mexican food. We have the traditional ham and potato salad
Yeah.
and wings and dessert. Every type of
Everything.
dessert. I mean, it was good.
Exactly.
I didn't get to eat.
I ate sushi.
I didn't get to eat. I think I ate a couple of tamales when I was warming them,
I
and
had
then
tamales too.
yeah, they were
I
good.
had tamales. I had tamales.
But it was a good time. So,
Yeah.
so for me, I realized that's a really good situation to have, right? And we came up with let's do something once a month, theme like. For January, we're gonna do like a vision board planning. I know you're not about that, but a lot of people do.
Okay.
And so let's set up our minds on what we want to achieve on 2026
Right.
and do a vision board. February, we're gonna do something Valentine's related, which
I don't do Valentine's Day.
well, but Valentine's is also about friendship, right?
No, it's not.
So I'm gonna host a monthly event because this man is just like no. And then we're gonna have for Easter, we're gonna dress you as the Easter bunny.
That ain't happening.
See, I'm gonna be the one hosting this event because CL is like nope.
See now, January. Okay, I understand a plan for the year, vision.
Yes.
A vision for the year. Valentine's Day. Well, I've never been a fan of Valentine's Day because my attitude is candy melt and flowers die. So that's why I don't do Valentine's.
Okay, I'm gonna host a Galentine's Day
Okay.
just for gals.
There you go. And I'll have to be in the room.
My thing is, if you're not attending the January and February thing, you're not gonna be invited to the happy hours.
Okay, I'll come.
You only want those.
You can't leave me out at happy hour. You know what? I'm speaking about happy hour. Are you going to bring back your women in real estate events?
So I don't know. You know why? Because here's the thing. It was good. It was always the same people, but I realized I can do the same on our own
Okay.
with Open Title.
Okay.
And yes. So I don't know. I'll think about
A
it.
hybrid
But
kind of situation. Yeah, I was just wondering. I thought you were having a good time doing that.
and that's why I'm gonna have. So that's where the idea come because that was once a month and
Okay.
it was themed, right?
Right.
So I was like, okay, how about if Open Title does it? Open Title and the training center host this.
Okay.
So yeah, it's kind of having the same situation, but it's not gonna be open only for women. We're gonna open it to.
Yeah,
you
because
know,
that thing, you guys are all women, and they would send messages all the time that they was discriminating against me because they wouldn't let me attend.
the thing is, when you're not invited, you are complaining that you were not invited. And now that I'm inviting you, you're like,
don't
nope,
wanna
I'm not coming. So, see people what I deal with every single day.
He's not coming either way. He just needs the invite.
He
That's
just
it.
he just wants to
I
feel
do
part
the
of it.
invite.
Okay.
Showing up is an option. You know, so but think about that. I look at when I walked into the room for Friendsgiving, I was blown away. I have no problem admitting I was blown away. I'd heard about these Friendsgiving things and stuff like that, but to see people showing up and the smiles and the laughters and the camaraderie and all these things going on, and it wasn't business. It was just pure joy.
And everyone brought something to
Everybody
share.
brought something. It was pure joy. And I'm looking at, you had people in the same business that were there, you know, but there was none of this. It was all, hey, I can do this, you can do that. We can do this, we can do that. And what I took away from Friendsgiving is something that we've always done over at the Greater Houston Builders Association. You can have multiple partners in the same business as a part of a function. It's just the level of participation in the function is what distinguishes one from the other. Do you want to be the title sponsor, or do you just want to be a participator?
Correct.
Do you just want to have an ad, or do you want to speak? You know, so you can have different levels even though they're in the same business.
And that brings me to those packages.
Yes.
They're going to be open for everyone, right?
Yes.
We are not going to be like, okay, it's just one lender per event.
Right.
It's one, because at the end of the day, you need to feel comfortable that your services, your products, your rates, or what they're competitive, and they're going to choose you because of you, what you offer, and the service.
Is the exposure there?
Not because you're the only one in the room, right? So it's also going to help realtors realize, hey, I have these 3 lenders. I love meeting them. I get to know them. Now, which one is going to offer the best deal for my clients?
There you go.
Which one has the best customer service? So I feel like that's also going to make these people be better.
And that's what we learned with Studio Voss when we did the 3-bus tour out of Pomona.
Yeah.
You had multiple lenders there.
Yes.
You had multiple insurance there. You had magazines there. We have our magazine, but we had another magazine there
Yeah.
that bother us. So everybody got exposed to something extra. Now, of course, Studio Voss itself is just like Open Title. There was one photographer, videographer, and there's one title company. That's it.
Well, we were hosting it.
But that's the point.
Yes.
Okay? Nobody complaining no sandboxes. No.
Nope.
But the whole thing was the agents were very appreciative of being exposed to entities that can enhance the value of their business.
And you want to be the one that agents choose because of your services, because of what you provide, not because you're the only one in the room.
Exactly.
And again, so that is, I feel it's going to be beneficial for the agents, but it's also going to be beneficial for each of the businesses that are going to partner with us, because they're going to see what other people are offering. They're going to come with new ideas, and that's going to make them be better, offer better services, better customer services to try to gain that business.
And see, now, as I'm retooling, it's not a proposal. This is based upon, this is what we're giving you.
Yes.
All right, like the banker. This is what we're giving you. And this is the cost of certain things that we're giving you.
Yes.
Like we have the bus tour, where the bus tour will be a package number. All right, it includes the bus, it includes the class, it includes the food. So all those things are covered. But the most important thing, we're going to put you in front of ABC Brokerage, XYZ Brokerage, 123 Brokerage, 8, 9, 10 Brokerage, because our goal is to expose agents to new. Just like when we did at Pomona. Because those agents that we busted in from Katy, they were shocked.
Yeah.
It was like, with one builder that builds in Katy and they also build in Pearland, but they thought that the builder built the same thing in both areas. No, there's different styles for different areas.
Yes.
And they were floored over there when they came back from when they meet the builder. That's all they could talk about was that one house.
That one house.
One house. And when I went over there, I saw exactly why they were talking about that one house.
I think I'm going to stop visiting those, like whenever we do a bus tour. I'm just going to stay, on the main area, getting everything organized. Because every time I go see those houses, I'm like, oh,
Don't you get mad?
yes.
I do too.
And my house is new.
Mine is 3 years old.
Mine is 3 years old.
You know,
And I built it exactly as the model home looked. But then every single year, I feel like, okay, I think the builders are like, that, can I say the brand? Yeah, like Apple, right?
Yeah.
Like they take like Apple, the iPhone 1, 2, 3, I don't know what number they're on right now, but it's like every 6 months they come up with something
That's a new
new
number.
and better. Builders are the same. They come with something new and better.
I saw a house up in North Texas, and I came back. I told you a story. Came back when the designer said, "What did you think about this house?" We threw out the house. I'm going home to burn mine down because I'm living bad. Based on what you built right here, I'm living horribly.
And you and I do not live bad
No.
at all.
It's like, what the hell? And we went to one builder. It was the builder that built my house. And I told him, y'all cheated me.
So, at one of those bus stores, remember that one that had like a little courtyard?
Yeah.
And that's the builder that built my house.
Exactly.
And it was,
You didn't offer me this. That was my attitude with the builder. You didn't offer me this when I bought my house. And then what really ticked me off, that house was cheaper than the one out. That's the one that really ticked me off.
location.
Yeah,
Location,
I don't
location,
care.
location.
It was just the fact that it was cheaper. It was bigger and cheaper.
We should
than
stop
my
doing that.
house.
Yeah, this is
It was
no
bad.
bueno.
It was so bad.
But
think
we
about it.
visit builders and communities that are very affordable.
Yes.
We visit, the ones for the mid-range. We
Right.
visit also the ones that are on the high end and the
Right.
luxury end. So we expose agents to everything
Like
because,
when we did Grand Prairie.
yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah, we did Grand Prairie. And they had one builder out of Grand Prairie that he admitted himself, I don't belong in here. We're just doing this
Yes.
for exposure. That house was so out of place,
And
but
that
it was gorgeous.
And that was the first house you and I walked through.
yeah, we
and
was,
he
we was
said,
done after that.
he said everything after here it's gonna go downhill. And I'm like,
and he was right.
when we were walking out of that house, I told EL, oh my God, this guy is so, like, oh, everything, mine is better and everything's going to,
Which they all say.
exactly.
He was
But he was
100%
right.
He
Yeah.
was 100%
He was right. He was like, I said, okay, this house is like,
So our adventure turned into looking for food.
so the builder, no, well, it was not the builder, it was the developer
Right.
that we partnered with. Instead of doing what we usually do and is set the food in one location and then go visit the other ones, they scattered the food
Yeah,
a little bit
over here.
in one model home, a little bit, and
over
then
there.
2 houses with no food, and then another one. So El and I were just like walking, like, because we were hungry. We were hungry. And then we walked some, like, okay, there's pastries, and El's like, I don't want pastries, I want real food. And I said, okay, let me grab a pastry, and like,
And then I got an
I'll eat.
attitude when we got to the real food. I'm like, that's it?
because not everyone does things like we do.
No, they don't. So when you open with open title, it's an experience.
Oh, it is.
It's
Just,
totally an experience.
just dealing with us, it's an
Yeah, it's
experience.
totally experience. And then we're just the front end. The ladies on the back end, oh my God. Okay. Because one of our clients came in the other day and she had a closing. And Susan, our senior VP of escrow, Susan, she has one of those personalities that's real over the top.
Yes.
So she's developed a relationship with this client. So the client saw me and I said, hey, she said, I don't love you anymore. I love Susan more than I love you. I said, where'd that come from? She says, because you are the marketing side. Susan is the dollar side. She said it just like that. I said, oh, because I don't cut a check, that means I'm less than Susan? And she said, you said it, not me.
Well, but
Excuse me.
it's a whole, as you said, it's a whole experience.
Yes.
From our events, our classes, our bus tours, our posting parties. But then when you bring us a contract, then I don't want to call them the back end because they're not the back end, but the people that actually make the magic work
in the back office.
back office, and they're very detail oriented and whatnot. They work their magic. They try to have everything ready as soon as
Right.
possible, have a smooth closing. And so it's a full circle,
Yeah.
right? I've heard brokerages and realtors that complain about other title companies. And I think I've mentioned to you, I never ask, oh, what title company is that? Because I really don't care.
Yeah.
But what I always ask is like, why? Why
Right,
you're not
exactly.
liking them anymore? Some of them is because of the escrow officers
Right.
are doing this, or are not doing this. Some of them it's because of the marketing representatives doing this, or not doing this, and this. With open title, you get the whole customer service, and not only like regular customer service, you get luxury customer service. Since the first person you meet, which usually it's either EL or myself, and then to the closing table.
And we don't have an in and out process. We don't have an assembly line process.
Nope.
There's all of our transactions, all of our closings are personality based.
Yes.
They're all personality based. So we match make with our escrow officers and our clients, but we also, the escrow officers, they delve in it differently. You have those who are very methodical,
Yes.
but fun. Then you have those who are anal but fun. All of them the same. The transactions, signing, but the interaction is what's different between each one of our escrow because their personalities are so here and there, and they're all good. But it's just like if you sit down with one and like, okay, I had a great experience, but I laughed more at this one.
So before Stacy, our new operations director, came on board, before her, there was a point in which said like, hey, all the orders should be sent to this email address. You and I were like, there's no way we're doing that because we're not allowing an order or a contract to come in and see who gets it. No, you and I assign the contracts based, as you just mentioned, personality of the agent, personality of the escrow officer.
Right.
Why? Because we want to provide that customer service and level. Yeah.
It's matchmaking. Everything's about matchmaking. I know this. I told a lender this a couple of months ago. He says, I need you to schedule my closing. No, you don't. And he said, what do you mean? I said, I've known Susan Fitzpatrick for 15 years. And I learned my lesson in year one. I scheduled a closing for Susan. Let me tell you something. She let loose the wolves from hell on me about scheduling a closing for her. And you don't do this, you don't do that, you don't know what my schedule is, you don't know my time. She lectured me for 30 minutes, and I have not tried to schedule another closing in 15 years.
Nope.
Because, no. That's why you have to know who you're working with.
Yes.
And that's what we are. We all know who we're working with, stuff like that. Like we have some great closers, and everybody says that, but we have some great closers based upon their interaction with the clients.
Correct.
When I say a great closer, it's really about the interaction with the clients.
That's correct. So that's a difference between Open Title and other companies out there.
I would say open with open title. It's an experience. Open with open title is about growth. Open with open title is about exposure. Open with open title is about creating expansion and scalability of your business.
Correct.
Think about it. We are business builders. Mm-hmm. We're not solicitous.
Nope.
We're not solicitous at all.
Nope.
We've taught classes and done trainings, and we didn't even ask for the business. We get the business. Well, we didn't ask for it because what we're training them on and what we're showcasing for them is how we can help them grow their business, and they reward us with business for that. Like, I'm training Yenny, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm doing one-on-ones with training with one of our agents.
Which please don't call and ask for a one-on-one because he doesn't have time. This is a special situation.
Okay.
We don't do that.
No. So I'm working with her, and I told her something the other day. She was shocked. I said, the burden of being good looking, how do you handle that? and she looked at me because we're on screen, it was online. She said, "What did you say?" I said, "How do you handle the burden of being good looking in your job?"
What'd she say?
She's like, "Oh my God, I've become defensive. I don't know why." When it comes like male interaction with clients and stuff like that, she didn't realize she had become defensive, but it was written all over her face that she had become defensive. So I made her see it for herself. That's why I asked her that question. So we do little things like that. We have a program. It's called RMG, the Collective Training Program. I'm just doing like she's a special situation because she's, anyway. So when she realized she became defensive, and it wasn't just males, it was defensive, male, female. It didn't make a difference. She become defensive. People read that.
Yes.
And if you're all defensive, that means you're not comfortable. So I don't want to work with somebody that's not comfortable.
100%.
And it's little things like that we go the extra yard to help you be a better version of yourself.
Yes.
And that's what the whole thing is about. Like, that's why we're incorporating the Studio Voss component into the packages for the banks and the loan officers to get podcast business, for the banks and the loan officers to introduce Studio Voss to their agent rosters.
Yes.
For the videos and the photography. Because Brandon will tell you all the time, I'm a photographer. Like, this is beneath him or something. I don't know what his problem is.
No, it's beyond me.
Beyond you?
Oh, beyond.
Beyond. Yeah, he's saying that now, people. Wait till we're off there.
Let me tell you something I'm really excited about. It's our luxury customer service workshop that we're doing.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be really good.
Yeah. Because we were at one.
We were at one. Every time the instructor would say something, we're like, you already have it on their class. You said it. So we decided to put one. I mean, not build one because of that, because you already had one.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do it a little bit more interactive.
Right.
More of a workshop more than just a class.
Yeah.
And I'm really, really excited about that because that's gonna help. I don't care what industry you're in. I don't care if you're a realtor, if you're a lender, if you're insurance, a banker, whatever. It's going to help you.
Yeah.
So that's going to be really, really good.
Yeah.
We're going to announce the date soon, and we're going to have limited capacity.
Right.
So be on the lookout.
But that takes me back, though, because Gaby and I helped sponsor the 4 pillars of customer service luxury. Okay? It was an 8-hour seminar. We were there the whole time. And it was
like,
so Olivia's like, oh my God. And we were, but it went by so fast.
Yes.
But her name was Caroline. Who? Anyway, Caroline. This woman, elegant is the only description you can have, and it wasn't because of some fancy jewelry or some fancy outfit. It was all demeanor and how she carried herself.
Correct.
She epitomized elegance by every measure.
The way she talked, the way she moved, the way everything, that the tone of her voice.
Mm-hmm. And it, very calming.
Very calm.
Very calming, and it was not in your face. It wasn't, she didn't make anybody in the room feel bad because they weren't doing something. It was just really, really nice. It was really, really nice. And we had, the luncheon we had,
we had breakfast and we had lunch.
yes.
It was good.
And we had a coffee bar.
Yes.
We had salmon pontchartrain was the lunch menu. Like, because I remember the agents, like, they were shocked.
I know.
They were shocked at the meal. And like, so Tara said, you never been to one of his events before?
That's how he rolls.
Yeah, no.
I didn't eat at that one either.
He gets attitude about presentation, which I do.
Yes.
And you do as well. Like, we went, because Gaby has joined my tribe of, we judge people when we go to other events now. We so judge people.
We don't judge the people. We just judge what they do and how they do
That's
things.
the person that did that.
But we're not judging. We're just comparing and saying,
comparing?
we do things this way. Oh, they should have done this. I mean, it's just a comparison.
No, I'm judging, okay?
I'm not.
I go through, who raised you? But I don't say it out loud.
So for those of you throughout the year that have heard this man saying like, oh, you have to deal with her bad attitude because he's the nice one according to him, you're realizing that's not how it works, right? I mean,
I'm just misunderstood.
he got the wrong idea, and so no, I'm glad people are figuring out who the nice person in this pair is and who's the one you have to deal with the bad attitude.
Yeah.
Not wanting to attend
I own
events.
it in 26. I didn't own it in 25. I'll own it in 26. I'll own it in 26. Okay. So, when Open with Open Title, it's truly about the engagement. It's truly about the relationship building. It's truly about creating an environment for everybody to be successful and stuff like that. Like, Brandon and I, with Studio Boss, we tell the story about we were on this bus together years ago. The biggest waste of time and energy and so forth and so on. In a nutshell, everybody that we thought we was going to interact with on the bus, they was drunk before we got out of the parking lot. So,
ooh, that was fun. I was not there. That's my type of bus tour.
No, not to us.
Fireball.
Fireball. They were swinging fireball.
Really?
8 o'clock in the morning.
What's wrong with
Yeah,
that?
it was
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Well, my attitude is if Specs is open, I'm open, but Specs don't open at 8 o'clock.
But that's why you go the day before and you still go. So when they're closed, you're still good. Hey, we're running out of time.
Yeah. So basically, when we say we're open with open title, it's about the engagement. It's open with open title is about the listing guide,
Yes.
the podcast,
The multimedia show,
the CE classes,
the bus tours,
the trainings.
the posting parties and luxury showcases,
That's why you open with open title.
the special events,
And special events
the
like
hanging out with the Crane and Gaby posters,
Yes.
which is awesome.
yeah, basically we have a very simple measure. Can you hold your liquor? That's it. If you can't hold your liquor, stay home. And for those who don't know, I collect flask. Yes,
I collect
alcohol
whiskey.
flask. So if you see a nice flask, pick it up for me. I
And
like.
and I like tequila.
She likes tequila.
Okay,
And I
people.
shocked her one day.
Oh, yes.
I bought. Well, how many? It was 4 or 5 different.
Four.
Ones? 4 different ones.
Yes.
I shocked her when I
A
bought these
set of
tequila
4
packages.
different tequilas. And they were the nice ones. They were not the ones that you mix with Margaret. No, they were like sipping ones. Yeah, my husband and I enjoyed very much. Okay, are you ready for your question?
I'm ready for my question.
Okay, we're approaching Christmas, right?
Yes.
There's still a couple of weeks, but what is the best gift you've ever received in Christmas?
The best gift I've ever received.
You could be like a little kid or an adult. What's the best gift? The one that you still remember.
Okay. It was when I played professional baseball.
Okay.
My agent came to town, and my agent never came to town with good news.
Okay.
He never came to town with good news. And I had got hurt that year. I was like, oh, God, he's getting ready to tell me I just got released or something like that because he always did things in person. So I was staying at my mom's house in L.A. because that's where I was rehabbing at after my injury. And the doorbell rang. My mother answered the door. She said, come downstairs. Mr. Goodstein is here. So it was like I was on my final walk on death row going downstairs. He was sitting at the dining room table. I said, hey, Mr. G, how you doing? I said, and he said, why are you looking so glum? I said, you don't visit people in person unless it's bad news. He says, no, I'm on the way to see my grandson. So I decided to stop in and see you in person to deliver this news for you. I'm still dreading the news, right? And it's Christmas Eve.
Okay.
It's Christmas Eve. And he says, here. He slides over a manila envelope. I open it up. Okay, you don't get released with a manila envelope. So I open up the envelope. I had a new 3-year contract. I had 2 new endorsement deals. And he said, sign the paper and get out of my face.
Well, he was the one that should get out of your face.
Yeah.
He was at your
Well,
house.
I signed it. No, this was my agent. So I signed the papers, gave it to him. He says, you're welcome, and walked right out the door.
Nice.
And that happened. That is my most memorable Christmas encounter. He was like, because he made it seem it was so dramatic.
Yeah.
You know, but it left me in a very euphoric state. I mean, I was on cloud nine because I hadn't even finished my rehab yet. I hadn't even finished my rehab yet.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because I don't have a lot of touchy-feely Christmas moments. We have great Christmases, but when you have so many kids like I'm a part of, it's kind of hard to have touchy-feely Christmas moments. And as an adult, basically all you are is an ATM machine, you know, for your children. How about you?
You know, so before I tell you what my the best Christmas gift, my husband always laughs at me because he's like, "Hey, do you remember this?" And I'm like, "No." Like, do you remember? No. So I always say that my memory disk is not very big, so I remove memories that I don't need. They're not helpful to make space for new ones, right? So one day my husband was like, "Hey, what is the best Christmas gift?" And I said, "I don't remember Christmas as a kid." He's like, "What?" And I said, "I don't remember any Christmas as a kid." And it's true, I don't. And I said, "I just remember this one and that I got this specific toy and whatnot." And the funny thing is it was like a foosball. And my husband was like, "Why would they give you a foosball? Were you into that?" And I said, "Nope." He's like, "So what?" And I said, "I don't know." Well, turns out that foosball was not even mine. And I had that memory because there's a picture of it. And I'm standing behind it with my cousins. I cannot remember a gift or a Christmas as a kid.
Wow.
Why? I don't know. Maybe my subconscious blocked all those memories.
Yeah.
Anyway, so my best Christmas was 2021.
Okay.
All my kids were at home, and I had one that had already been married for almost a year. And we do like a secret Santa between us, and we were like, "Okay, this is your gift," and we wait until everyone opens their gifts and whatnot. So I didn't realize that my oldest son had not given a gift to my husband or myself, which, I mean, it's not like they have to, but he hands us at the same time 2 gifts wrapped in different colors, but same size and same shape. And I was like, "Okay, you open it first," to my husband, right? And my son was like, "No, I want you to both you open it at the same time because it's the same thing."
Right.
I didn't know, but they were recording me. And I was like, "Oh, if it's the same thing, I want to see it first before he opens it up." So there were tumblers that said, "Only the best moms get promoted to grandma."
Wow.
And my husband got the same thing. But the funny thing is that they were recording me, and there was a TV behind me, and the TV was off. So you could see my reflection. And my husband was standing. You don't see him on the camera because they were focusing on me. They knew I was going to have a reaction. But you could see my husband on the TV reflection. My husband opens it first, and he starts reading it out loud. And I took mine out of the box, and I started reading it, and I just dropped everything, stood up, and started bawling. And you can see my husband on that, holding his cup, saying, "What's going?" He had already finished reading his. He's like, "What's going on? What happened? Why are you crying?" He didn't get it. So that was the best Christmas gift, and that was my first
That's
grandson.
awesome Christmas. I like that.
But
That's
you know
awesome
what?
Christmas.
Every single time. So now we're going for number 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Every single time, I get it right away, and my husband is oblivious of what's happening. So that same grandson, a year later, they come to our house, and he was wearing a shirt that said "Big Bro." And as soon as they walked in, I saw him, and I started bawling. And my husband is like, "What's wrong?" I said, "No, look at his shirt." And he's like, "What?" He never gets it.
Oblivious.
4 times.
4 times.
And
they don't get it.
Yes, I'm always hugging people and crying and whatnot. My husband is like, "What's going on? What did I miss?" Anyways, yeah, but that was the best Christmas
awesome.
present. Yes.
So
Okay.
We thank you for joining Open with Open Title. I'm E.L. Crane.
I'm Gaby Posas.
Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.